Ever wonder why Great Pyrenees owners have that knowing look in their eyes? Like they're part of some secret club that the rest of the dog world just doesn't get? Well, they are. And today, I'm spilling all their secrets. If you own a Great Pyrenees, or you're thinking about getting one, this video will either validate your entire existence or save you from making a beautiful, fluffy mistake. Let's dive in. But before we get started, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. Number 10. The Midnight Barking Symphony. Here's something most people don't realize about Great Pyrenees ownership. Your neighbors will know you have one before you even tell them. These majestic fluff balls were bred to guard livestock in the mountains, which means their internal clock is set to protect mode 24/7. At 2 a.m. while you're dreaming peacefully, your pyre is wide awake, announcing to the world that a leaf just moved suspiciously in the yard. You'll find yourself explaining to concerned neighbors that no, there isn't a burglar. Your dog just saw a raccoon 3 blocks away. The real kicker? They're not being dramatic. They genuinely believe they're saving your life from that plastic bag floating by. You learn to sleep through symphonies that would wake the dead, and somehow you wouldn't trade it for anything. But wait until you hear about their stubborn streak in point number 7. Number 9. Fur tumbleweeds everywhere. Think you know what shedding looks like? Think again. Great Pyrenees don't just shed, they create weather systems in your house. We're talking fur tumbleweeds rolling down hallways like something out of a Western movie. You'll vacuum twice a day and still find enough hair to knit a sweater for your neighbor's poodle. The funny thing is, you stop wearing dark colors entirely. Your wardrobe becomes a carefully curated collection of white, cream, and fur camouflaging beige. Friends will gift you lint rollers for Christmas, and you'll genuinely be grateful. You'll find pyre hair in places that defy physics, inside sealed containers on the ceiling, somehow woven into your morning coffee. But here's the thing. That same fluffy coat that terrorizes your vacuum cleaner makes for the best cuddles on cold winter nights. Speaking of things that will surprise you, number 6 will blow your mind. Number 8. Selective hearing masters. Ever tried to call a Great Pyrenees who doesn't want to come? It's like shouting into the void, except the void is fluffy and pretending not to hear you. These dogs have mastered selective hearing to an art form. They'll hear a cheese wrapper crinkle from 3 rooms away, but somehow miss you calling their name 17 times in a row. You'll watch them turn their head away when you say come, as if you're speaking a foreign language they've never encountered. The most frustrating part? You know they heard you. They always heard you. They're just conducting a cost-benefit analysis. Is what mom wants more important than this fascinating smell I'm investigating? Usually the answer is no. You'll develop new vocabularies of nicknames and sound effects, desperately trying to find the magic word that actually works. But don't worry. When they want something from you, their hearing miraculously returns to perfect condition. Number 7. The Great Escape Artists. Here's where things get really interesting, and trust me, this one will shock you. Despite weighing anywhere from 85 to 160 pounds, Great Pyrenees are basically Houdini in a fur coat. That fence you think is secure? Think again. They don't jump over it. They're too dignified for that. Instead, they'll find the one loose board, the tiny gap under the gate, or they'll simply lean against the fence until it gives up and falls over. Some owners swear their peers can phase through solid matter. You'll come home to find your dog calmly sitting in the neighbor's yard, looking at you like, what took you so long? The most maddening part is they're not trying to run away forever. They're just expanding their territory. In their minds, the entire neighborhood is their domain, and that fence is merely a suggestion. You'll become an expert in reinforcing barriers and develop a sixth sense for when your pyre is plotting their next great adventure. Number 6. Weather confusion. Central. Want to see a Great Pyrenees in their element? Turn on the air conditioning in July and watch them come alive. These mountain dogs have internal thermostats calibrated for alpine conditions, which means anything above 60 degrees is basically the surface of the sun to them. You'll watch them sprawl dramatically on the kitchen tiles in 70-degree weather, panting like they've just run a marathon in Death Valley. Meanwhile, when it's snowing and you're bundled up like an Eskimo, they're outside rolling around like they've discovered paradise. They'll refuse to come in during blizzards, looking at you through the window with pure joy while you're shivering just watching them. You'll find yourself opening windows in winter just so they're comfortable inside, and your heating bills will reflect your dog's climate preferences. The irony? They'll still want to cuddle with you under blankets because apparently shared warmth is different from environmental warmth in biologic. Number 5. Professional food critics. Great Pyrenees don't just eat. They conduct full sensory evaluations of every meal. You'll watch them approach their food bowl like a wine sommelier examining a vintage. First, the visual inspection. Then, the delicate sniff test. Sometimes they'll take one piece of kibble, chew it thoughtfully, and then walk away to consider whether this particular batch meets their standards. You'll panic, thinking they're sick, only to discover they're just being discerning. They'll eat grass, sticks, and mysterious objects from the yard without hesitation, but heaven forbid their premium dog food is served in the wrong bowl. You'll find yourself rotating through different brands, adding toppers, and basically becoming a short-order cook for a very furry, very opinionated customer. And just when you think you've figured out their preferences, they'll change their mind completely, leaving you questioning everything you thought you knew about canine nutrition. Number 4. Personal space invaders. Despite their independent nature, Great Pyrenees have a very special relationship with personal space. Specifically, they don't believe in it. Your 120-pound livestock guardian will somehow convince themselves they're a lapdog. You'll be sitting peacefully on the couch when suddenly you're pinned under a mountain of fluff who just wanted to help you watch TV. They'll follow you to the bathroom, the kitchen, and yes, even into bed, where they'll somehow take up 90% of a king-size mattress while you cling to the edge for dear life. The beautiful irony is that they're independent enough to ignore your commands, but dependent enough to need constant physical contact. You'll wake up with a paw on your face, a tail across your legs, and the overwhelming scent of dog breath, and somehow you'll have the best sleep of your life. They're not just dogs, they're living, breathing, weighted blankets with opinions. Number 3. Slow motion. Everything. Ever been late because your Great Pyrenees decided that particular morning was perfect for contemplating the meaning of life? These dogs operate on geological time. A simple walk around the block becomes a philosophical journey where every blade of grass deserves individual attention. They'll stop mid-stride to examine something fascinating, which turns out to be absolutely nothing, while you stand there checking your watch. You'll tug gently on the leash, and they'll give you a look that clearly says, "Patience, human." Rome wasn't built in a day. Emergency potty breaks don't exist in their vocabulary. Everything must be thoroughly investigated, properly sniffed, and carefully considered. You'll learn to build extra time into every activity, and somehow their zen-like approach to life will start rubbing off on you. You'll catch yourself walking slower, noticing more, and appreciating the journey instead of rushing to the destination. They're basically furry life coaches with a PhD in mindfulness. Number 2. Emotional intelligence, PhD. Here's something that will absolutely melt your heart. Great Pyrenees have an almost supernatural ability to read human emotions. Having a rough day? Your peer will materialize beside you with gentle eyes and a carefully placed paw on your leg. They won't jump around or demand attention like some breeds. Instead, they'll offer quiet, steady support that somehow knows exactly what you need. You'll be amazed at how they can differentiate between your happy tears and sad tears, responding accordingly. When you're sick, they become furry nurses, staying close but not overwhelming you. When you're celebrating, they'll share in your joy with dignified tail wags and gentle nuzzles. They'll sense tension before you even realize you're stressed and position themselves strategically to provide comfort. It's like living with a therapist who happens to weigh 130 pounds and occasionally barks at squirrels. Their emotional intelligence is so profound that you'll start wondering if they understand you better than most humans do. Number 1. Unconditional devotion, beyond words. And finally, the number one thing only Great Pyrenees owners truly understand: the depth of devotion these dogs offer is unlike anything else in the animal kingdom. Yes, they're stubborn, independent, and sometimes infuriatingly selective in their obedience. But when it matters most, there's no more loyal companion on Earth. They'll protect you from threats you didn't even know existed, love you through your worst moments, and somehow make you feel like the most important person in their world while maintaining their dignified independence. You'll realize that all their quirks, the midnight barking, the selective hearing, the escape artistry, come from a place of such deep love and protective instinct that you can't help but be honored to be chosen by them. They don't just live with you, they dedicate their entire existence to your well-being. Other dog owners might not understand why you put up with all the challenges, but you know the truth. You're not just a pet owner, you're the chosen guardian of a majestic soul who happens to wear a fur coat and occasionally steal your spot on the couch. So there you have it. The 10 sacred secrets of Great Pyrenees ownership. If you're nodding along, welcome to the club. And if you're thinking about getting one, now you know what beautiful chaos you're in for. Did I miss any classic Pyre quirks? Drop them in the comments. I love hearing your stories. If this video made you laugh, cry, or just feel seen, give it a like and share it with your fellow Pyre people. And don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell for more fluffy madness. Until next time, give your Pyre an extra hug. They've definitely earned it today.